Welcome to Gibraltar. It is now 9:30 a.m. in the morning. We just had breakfast with a spectacular view, basically the same as we have here from our room. And now we're gonna explore this little, well, country.
Right at the southern tip of Spain lies Gibraltar, a tiny British overseas territory, just 6.7 square kilometers in size. It might be small, but it's packed with history, nature and incredible views. And yes, it's technically part of the UK. Today we're setting out to explore Gibraltar all on foot. We'll start at the old line wall part of the city's old defences and pass by the historic Trafalgar Cemetery. Then it's time to catch the cable car up to the top of the iconic Rock of Gibraltar. The views up there are absolutely worth it. We'll wander around the top, check out the stunning viewpoints and maybe even spot a few monkeys. On the way down, we are heading into the magical St. Michael's cave and then crossing the Windsor suspension bridge. Once we are back at the bottom, we'll stroll through the Botanic Garden and check out the Alameda wildlife park. And to top it all off, we'll drop by the legendary 100-ton gun, because how often do you get to see something like that? It's a full day of walking, exploring and discovering, so let's jump into it.
Right now we are on the way to the cable car to get up the Gibraltar Rock. You can actually buy a Gibraltar Pass, which is great. It is not that cheap, but you have basically all the attractions here in Gibraltar included at the price of just £60. So that's what we bought. And now we are...
We have to turn back. It was on the left.
Now we're already gone in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I was not paying attention. I'm sorry.
But anyway, we are now trying to find the bottom of the cable car, then go up this little rock you can probably not see in the background, and hopefully see some monkeys.
On the way to the cable car, we stopped at the line wall. This wall that you can here see, it's called the Wellington Front, and it is part of the line wall curtain, and it was the wall that protected the city of bombardment from the side of the sea. As you can see from here, this is the Gibraltar Rock, and maybe you are also able to see the cable car that we are gonna take right now. Now we are gonna go this direction and hopefully ending up at the cable car station.
If you didn't know, since 1830 Gibraltar belongs to the British Empire, and this is probably a good sign that it still is, because those phone cells are typically for England. We just stumbled across the Trafalgar graveyard, and even though the name of the graveyard comes from the Battle of Trafalgar, actually only 2 people that were killed during the battle are buried here. The other people that are laying here are mostly being killed in other sea battles, but it is still one of the oldest graveyards in Gibraltar and also only used for military purpose.
We then continued our way towards the cable car. We are now on top of the mountain of Gibraltar, and actually we booked the hotel because of the storm, and we were wondering where this storm is, but here on top of this mountain you can see it. So at the end we are still happy that we booked the hotel and we didn't sleep in our rooftop tent.
From the top you have a wonderful view over Gibraltar, and here in the distance you can see the runway of the airport of Gibraltar. And in the past, the main motorway went directly over the runway. But now they built a new road which leads over those buildings and then below the mountain. So you are not able to cross the runway anymore, which is actually a shame because I believe it is the only major airport where you are able to drive and even walk over the runway.
As we walked along the mountain, we stumbled upon the first monkeys.
Here on Gibraltar Rock, you can see the only wild monkey family in whole of Europe. And in 1830, when the British conquered Gibraltar, a rumor came up that the British will leave as soon as all the monkeys are gone from Gibraltar Rock. Then in the beginning of the 20th century, the population of the monkeys decreased to only about 10. And something about the rumor must be true because the governor of Gibraltar was a bit worried and bought or imported 8 female monkeys from Morocco, and also gave the order to the military to feed the monkeys and to take care of them. Now the population of the monkeys is over 200. So Gibraltar, for at least now, remains British.
We then followed the trail to the skywalk. The weather wasn't exactly on our side, but the dramatic colors from the approaching storm made the view so beautiful. Next, we continued along the trail to the highest point on the Rock of Gibraltar, the O'Hara's Battery.
Here you can see 2 monkeys walking in their natural habitat. We are here at the O'Hara's Battery, which is a gun located at the highest point of Gibraltar Rock. It was built in 1890 and heavily used during the Second World War. The last time it was used was during a training exercise in 1976. Also here from the O'Hara's Battery, because it is on the highest point of the Gibraltar Rock, you can slightly see it right down there below the clouds. There you see the African continent. Here on the other hand, you see in front of us Gibraltar and in the back Spain.
Now we are going downwards towards the Michael's Cave.
St. Michael's Cave actually. And it is the most visited cave. There are over 1,000 caves on the Rock of Gibraltar. It is the most visited here, and over 1 million people visit it each year. And now we are 2 more.
If you wonder where all the people came from that you saw in the cave, there you go. What a beautiful cave.
It really was. But as you can see here, there are literally hundreds of cars driving up there, all buses, where I'm actually not a big fan of. But it is the downside of mass tourism that people get everywhere. But I do not understand that, because there is such a nice cable car up, and then you can walk down the road without any effort. It's about a, I don't know, 20-minute walk or so. But as you can see here, in the 20 seconds we're talking, already 2 cars passed us, bringing more tourists up the hill. But you're still able to avoid the crowds if you wake up early and get up early here, as we did. We were probably after the 20 minutes after they opened at the top. We were basically alone there. There were maybe 10, 15 other people there. So we avoided the crowd for the most time. What we probably forgot to say is that the whole of the Gibraltar Rock is actually a nature reserve, and that's also the reason why we don't like to see all those buses up here. It should be a quiet place for the people who are searching for a bit of nature, for the monkeys as well. But with the buses bringing millions of tourists each year up the mountain, it is not as quiet as it should be.
After crossing the Windsor suspension bridge, we went to the middle station of the cable car to take a ride back down. We passed the entrance where you step in to go back up, and there were so many people, like the queue was really big, so we recommend you, if you want to visit this place, go in the morning.
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible, yeah. Now we are in the Botanic Garden, which is
right next door?
Right next to it, yes. And there are a lot of my favorite plants. My favorite plants are cacti, and that's because they are the only one that survive in our home. Just around the corner is our next stop, the Alameda Wildlife Park, a small rescue-focused zoo that's home to animals from all over the world, many of which were confiscated from illegal trade or couldn't be returned to the wild.
Right now we are on our way to the 100-ton gun. It is the largest black powdered gun in the world. I believe only 15 or 16 examples were made. This is one of the only ones that is left, and we're gonna visit it. The 100-ton gun, which is actually 103 tons in weight, was lastly fired during 1902 or 1903, depending which one. There are 15 made, and except 2 of them, which were installed on Italian battleships, all of them were installed for defense on some British ground, like here in Gibraltar, also in Malta, they installed one, and all of them lastly fired about 1902, 1903. Also a little story. So after the failed detonation, they had to wait about 30 minutes to be sure that the projectile will not explode suddenly. and after that time somebody has to crawl into it and attach a gear to the bullet so they can pull it out again. What a nice day it was here at Gibraltar. We are now sitting in a park. We just bought us some water for the upcoming days and
something for dinner.
That's right.
So today is not gonna happen anything special anymore. So
if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out any of the further videos, and bye!
bye!